This is a case study of how you might actually use the IRSA Finder Chart tool for real research. My real science case is that I have a whole bunch of objects that I've selected based on WISE colors because I think that they might be young stars. And I want to go look at all of the images that I can find in Finder Chart to see if the objects actually look like point sources or if they might instead be background galaxies. So here I have my list of targets. It's an IPAC table format, which is somewhat of a funny format. It's just plain text, but the details of the spacing sometimes take a little bit of work to get right. If you Google IPAC table validator, you'll find this page. This page is designed to help you over the hurdle of the most common errors that occur in generating IPAC table format. If you have something that's close to IPAC table file format, it will help you along the way and adjust the formatting appropriately. So let's go find my table, get it into the tool, and see if it's okay. Yes, it's a valid IPAC table. So from the Finder Chart window, we're going to go search on multiple positions and then go find my list of targets. Now I want to change the image size to large, and I want to change the image size from 300 arcseconds to 60 arcseconds. In this case, I want the highest spatial resolution on the sky that I can find. So DSS, Sloan, and 2MASS I want for sure. WISE, I want 2. I mean, I picked these objects from the WISE catalog, but it's always a good idea to put eyeballs on images. I'm also going to ask for Spitzer. It's not available in every part of the field that I have. It's available over some of the area. Akari is the longest wavelength instrument on Akari, and so it doesn't really matter for this case. I'm just going to turn it off. I'm going to make the search radius for 2MASS and WISE a little bit bigger. I'm going to make it 15 arcseconds, just so that I can make sure to get all of the relevant photometry. Okay, search. Okay, so it's come back with my list of targets here on the left, and it's added a row number. All of the images that it found are here in the upper right. All of the catalog matches that it found are on the lower left, and a plot of that catalog is in the lower right. It's actually overlaid the catalog on the images too, but it's really hard to tell because we've only done a catalog search over a relatively tiny radius. So in this case, you can see that the 2MASS catalog is overlaid on the 2MASS source, and that little orange square is pretty much right on top of the yellow target that we searched on. So everything's on top of each other, and it's a little bit hard to see, but the catalogs are there. This source looks like it's probably a point source at all of the bands that we have. Let's look at source 5. This one is definitely not a point source at all bands. It's probably a background galaxy. So I can make a note that I found star formation, but not in our galaxy, in another galaxy. Let's go look at source 9. Source 9 looks like it's probably a point source in the DSS bands. It didn't find any Sloan data. In the 2MASS catalog, the closest source that it found is all the way over here. The 2MASS catalog didn't even identify this source or its friend as point sources. That's very interesting. If we scroll down further, it seems to be a point source in WISE, but I bet it's blended those two sources together. Let's look further in 2MASS. Maybe the pipeline blended those sources together, and maybe the 2MASS pipeline thought it was an extended object. Let's make sure I've clicked on that image to select it, see how it's outlined in brown, and then we can go over here to the Catalogs tab, and then for project, we pick 2MASS, but then let's go to the extended source catalog. Then we're going to click Polygon Search, and it's going to add by itself the corners of the image that we've selected. Search. Look, it didn't find any extended sources. Well, it's not in the release databases, but let's go see if it's in the reject databases. Okay, let's go to Catalogs and pick 2MASS again, and then let's go look for the reject database. It still has the coordinates. Search. Aha, that's it. It found the source we care about, and it's even got a measurement for it. But you can see why the pipeline might not be convinced that those two are 2 point sources based on the morphology, especially at K. What I can certainly do is look at the fluxes that the reject catalog has for this object and compare it to the fluxes I have from other catalogs and see if these catalogs make sense with each other and see if the source really should be rejected or if it's something interesting that I care about for the project that I'm doing. You can see the kind of thing that I'm doing here. I can interactively inspect the images for the sources that I care about. I can interactively explore catalogs that it's giving me. I can interactively pull catalogs from other places, and I can overlay catalogs on images and explore whether or not I believe the sources that I've picked for the project that I'm doing make sense for the project that I'm doing. And I can go and add additional data, explore the sources further, and see if it all makes sense.